more time. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2.
Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2.
Perfect. Hey, and it's Kimberly Gale, the culture curator, and I'm broadcasting live right now at the Miami Media School. And I am
Hey,
speaking to the artist, the actor, Gregory Pierre.
that's me.
Hello. Well, first, I welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, and so we just have to do a deep dive in the culture and talk to people who have their hand on the pulse in the culture, who have paved their own way in this industry, making a name for themselves, and just share your experience with other people who want to follow that path or who's already been in the place you've been and looking to grow. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about who you are, where you started, and where were your beginnings.
Well, I'm a Haitian American.
Okay.
I was born and raised in Miami. I've always had a passion for like everything media, um, music, acting, cinematography. Those three I mentioned are my three strongest suits. However, I like to like just dabble in anything media, and that experience came from me as a youngin because my bigger brother he was doing videography and photography, and with him we're similar but we're different. He's more of the behind the camera guy, and I was more in front of the camera guy. But we was still able to learn from each other. So my experience with working with cameras came as young as like 8 years old.
Wow.
So from like 8, I would say up to like 15 years old, I would like assist him on gigs, whether it was weddings, bar mitzvahs, or anything with special events, which these scenes. So that's where it originally started from my whole media personality.
Really?
That's where it came from, yeah.
So at a young age, you already knew that you wanted to dabble behind the camera, but be in front of the camera as well. Is what you're
Yes,
saying?
yes. I mean, the behind the camera was fun, but I was just like, and this is my thoughts as a kid. I was like,
Yes.
growing up, I gotta be in front of that camera, whether it's speaking,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's just, I don't know. I just gotta be in the front.
Exactly.
It was just a nudge to let me, like, you feel me? So yes.
This is your path. This is definitely something to deal with your purpose and you're trekking that journey. So and people don't understand the journey is a beautiful thing. I think earlier Janet was talking about how life is just kind of like a sandwich with the beginning process and the ending process and the meat in the middle. So are
Yeah,
you the meat in the middle right now?
I will say that because like I'm experiencing everything.
Mm-hmm.
I've been achieving a lot recently, and I'm still trying to process things.
Yes.
But the middle is a perfect way to say it because wow, just wow is what I gotta say right now. Still processing, still downloading in my system.
Okay. So I see you have music out right now. There's a new acapella anthem that you just released on Instagram.
Oh yes.
Let's talk about that.
So happy that we happy is a love song, but also a happy song. It's in the name.
Okay.
But it's just really just talking about a woman on her healing journey.
Yes.
So she been praying, manifesting, she been healing. Like that's what I was meant to. And then on the visual that will be coming soon, it's gonna show all that. I'm probably not even gonna be in the music video because I'm gonna be showing a woman's transformation from going through the dark night of the soul into being enlightened.
Yes. So, Gregory, it's so interesting that you're choosing that to be the subject topic because that's what's going on right now. The world is in a process of healing. Everyone is healing their own journey in their own way, whether it's whether it's new beginnings or picking up from where they left off. So, and then you're choosing to speak from it from a man's perspective as a woman growing. Like that's just so interesting. What made you want to tackle that subject?
Hey, that's an interesting question. That's a very interesting question. I'm glad you asked me because first off, when I heard the beat, I was inspired. Like it's something when I hear certain instrumentals, I feel like we mesh so well. Like when I'm beat scrolling, I'm like, oh snap, it's speaking to me. So
Yes.
when I ran into this producer, I reached out to him because I wrote a song to it, but I'm like, man, I want to take this to the next level.
Yes.
And when I heard it, for some reason, I just saw a transition of a woman, being one way into being another. She makes a whole 180 turn. And I don't know. I think it came from me desiring of that type of woman. At least, for me to see a woman grow, that's attractive.
Yes.
And, as a man perspective, I was trying to see, is there any way I could make this song to see like, okay, like yeah, I'm talking about her journey, but can like other people resonate with it?
Right.
So yeah, even though I'm specifically talking about that, it can go in many different ways. So
Yes.
I was able to pull that off as far as like having different perspective on that one song.
Right. So like I think that's really dope because again, a lot of women are in their transformation, series or their transformation part in their life. So have you experienced a woman herself going through that journey, or that's like you saying you're just wanting someone who's preparing for growth in their journey?
Both.
Both? Okay. How was that?
I mean, to see a woman grow is literally attractive. Like
Yeah.
I've had some great friends of mine that I've seen transition.
Yes.
From victim mentality to realizing why I'm chosen for this position.
Ooh.
I've seen women do that, and I've also seen women that never took accountability started taking accountability,
Ooh.
and that's where I was really like, oh wow, because
That's great.
yeah. So that also ties into the last question you asked me for the
Yes.
inspiration as far as like how that happened. It's in real time I've seen it played out, and that's why I'm very patient with people. I try to give as much grace because things get better through time, and once you get to know a person better, you start to take things less personal, and then
Yes.
you can have like a better judgment on them versus to be like, yo, this person tripping,
Yes,
because you never know what
exactly.
someone's going through behind closed doors.
Exactly. And I think the biggest thing we as humans need learn is that like taking it personal gets you nowhere. Because like you're saying, extending that grace to not only that you extend to yourself, but extending it to others.
Oh,
And you're
yes.
like, wow, wait, your move wasn't even about me. Your move was something about yourself on the inside or things of that nature. So I'm definitely can resonate with that. And people are going to pick that up from the song, correct?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love that song. It's a very positive, uplifting, love song.
So how did it help you grow? So seeing a woman grow, yes, you're like, oh, I enjoy your journey. But how did it help Gregory Pierre grow?
That's a very nice question. Maybe I need to ask one of my girlfriends that question because I'm pretty sure she can answer that for me.
Yeah.
Because the other day I actually had a text from a girl that's very dear to my heart, and she was like, "It's amazing to see you grow, Greg, and flourish." And that's actually an interesting question. I wonder what she sees, but honestly, from me to me, I would say the mental resilience. I tend to get mentally drained sometimes, but I try to remind myself this is not the end all be all. And there's always and this is why I say a resilient mind, because even despite me being mentally fatigued at times, not having the energy to do so, there's always a voice in my head and say, once I have the energy again, it's go time.
Yes.
Like.
For you to even recognize that in yourself, to know like, oh, I'm mentally fatigued. Some people never recognize it and keep pushing through and keep going. But for you to like, hey, wait, I know I need to take this reset. So that I applaud you for that.
Thank you. It ain't easy, but I'm doing it.
So not only do you have music, you've been in film as well. You were a part of The Pulse on Netflix.
Oh yeah. That's one of my recent accolades that I achieved recently.
Congratulations!
Thank you so much. I
That's
appreciate
huge.
it. It is. Once again still processing. However, when I first got the news, it was actually from a friend of mine that I went to high school with.
Really?
And several other people. It was like my phone blew up one morning, and I was like so confused on what was going on. I was just like, oh my God, this person gonna talk to me there. I'm thinking it's calls and texts, so D&D, right? And then I hop on social media, they was like, yo, I see you on the film. I'm like, huh? And then in my head, I'm like, yeah, I've been in a lot of films, but which one are you talking about? I'm just as confused, and I'm like, I don't know. Until when I was like, oh, you're on Pose, and I was like, oh, that project. It brought me back to the time when we were shooting, because when I shot that, it was about a year ago in the summertime.
Really?
So, yeah, and I'm working on several projects, so I was just having to make sure which one they saw, which version of Greg they saw.
Right. Because understanding how media and television works, you had to kind of keep that in the tuck. You had to sit on there. You sign NDAs. Was that hard for you not to spill the tea
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. It's a good question. I'm gonna say that in front of everyone who's watching this live right now, right? I'm gonna tell you what. It was easy for me only because I'm a firm believer of moving in silence. So when I was signing these NDAs, I was happy because along with these NDAs, it was giving me the privacy to keep doing what I'm doing with no outside noises, with no one trying to sabotage what I had going on. So I was able to protect myself with that, and with that came with more experiences, more cameos on films, and more. I can't say a little more, but that's all I'm gonna get them. But
that's why it's important for people not to take actions personal, because you're protecting privacy. You're protecting the process and journey of that everybody can't go or witness to until a certain time. So I understand.
Absolutely, and then everything just aligned perfectly the way it was supposed to be because when it had dropped, it was on the same weekend on my birthday. It's following up in a music video that I'm about to drop real soon.
Okay.
And I'm just seeing like everything is falling in line.
Right.
I feel great about it.
I think I saw the post. You have a song called Grand Rising.
Yes.
So
let's talk about that one.
Yes, let's talk about Grand Rising because that aligns with keeping things private, especially from like a spiritual aspect of certain things. So let's talk about it.
All right, so Grand Rising, I was inspired by this song because one day I was living in my van in Virginia, and by choice, and I was on my nomad lifestyle stuff. And one morning I literally just woke up in the sunrise. Like, I lied to you not, like the moment it rose up, I woke up. And I was just like, wow. And I was like, yeah, I need to make a song. Like, the juice started kicking in early in the morning. Yeah. So I was beat surfing on YouTube, found the perfect instrumental, and that's how I made the hook that ended up like, every time I wake up at sunrise, I wake up and I'm just like, wow, I swear things get better with time. Hey. I swear things get better with time.
Hey. That's it. That's it
That's the one right there.
And that's all on all streaming platforms, correct?
No, actually it's not out yet. However, I am shooting the final scene of the music video. Matter of fact, tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
Today's Thursday, correct?
Yes, today's Thursday.
So tomorrow I shoot the final scene. And I can announce this, and I'm glad to announce this on live, that when I drop the music video, it will be released on Vivo.
Oh, wow.
On Vivo.
Congratulations.
So, it's a done deal. They just waiting on me to submit the visual, but yes.
Hey, that's awesome.
Grand Rising coming on video on YouTube. Make sure y'all tap in when it drops.
That's awesome. I mean, you have continuously paved the way for yourself in media and film and music. How do you tie in your Haitian culture and Haitian roots with what you're doing right now?
Well, it's in the brand name, GPTWA. So, like, when people ask me how to pronounce it, I'm more than happy to tell them I'm a Haitian American. That's why I go by GPTWA. So, to bring my culture in, it's a process. Right now, it's the name, but soon I'm going to start incorporating the Creole into the music. Yes. And even as for the film, too, have some, Haitian actors on set with me. And, yes. Have some Haitian directors as well. And, I have a vision of bringing my people into the media industry, but it's going to take a lot of work to do that.
That takes work. But for you to even lay the foundation to do that, or even build off others' foundation, that's important. That
absolutely.
It's
Absolutely. And I'm still open to learning from, people that's been in the game, that's more experienced than me and that has like a lot of, because I've been in a lot of Haitian radio stations too, and I'm pretty sure if they see a young cat,
right,
that's dominating the social media game and knowing a lot, I'm pretty sure we can learn from each other. So I'm excited to see where it goes. But when specifically speaking on that vision, I just think it's a gradual change.
Yeah.
It won't happen overnight, but it will happen over time.
But see, I'm glad you're being realistic, too, about it, because certain things take time. But you are, you're still building, continuing to build that bridge, too, not only for yourself, but to connect your culture to what the industry you're in. So
absolutely.
Keep doing it.
Thank you.
So what else can people experience when they, tap into you, Gregory? Like, what else?
First things foremost, I know some people know me as a musician. Some people know me as an actor. But if you're new to my content and you want to check me out, you can check my music out on all platforms under GPTWA. And the way you spell it is GPTWA. That's on all platforms. So if you got Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, YouTube, it's the same name everywhere. And if you're a film person and not a music guy, that's okay. I'm on film too. You can check out my recent cameo that's on Post and Netflix. I'm on season 1, episode 10. Check it out. Don't just watch me now. Watch the whole series. You hear me? But yeah, that's what we got right now. So there's a lot of great things. There's plenty more where that came from.
Okay.
As we discussed earlier, I did sign, a couple of NDAs. So unfortunately, I can't disclose the information of what I got next. But I got a lot of great things from where that came from.
What do you have in store with your acting career? Where do you see yourself, sir?
Well, in the next, I'm going to guess. Because, God's timing is the right timing. But I will say in the next 2-3 years, get comfortable with me doing lead roles.
Wow.
I'm going to definitely dominate the screens.
Yeah.
I've been practicing a lot in my backyard. I've been, and it's been real. To see my transformation as far as like an actor, it's been real because I do see my personality change a little bit.
Wow.
But I did all that for the sake of, grabbing lead roles and taking this a little more serious.
Y'all making me proud, man. I'm sorry to interrupt your interview, man.
My brother.
I'm about to post this up, but greatness have to enter the picture. You feel me, man?
Absolutely. I appreciate you, man.
Good thing, Gregory. Don't forget me. Don't get rich and forget me.
Definitely. But man, so just hearing about your transformation sounds beautiful. So now being a part of it, to watch it grow from this point, I'm looking forward to enjoying your journey as well.
Thank you. And this is what I do, right? Especially recently. I've been running into a lot of great supportive people. And, I've been feeling so encouraged, running around so many lovely people. And this is kind of off track, but I just want to mention this as I'm saying this, This is why it's important to be surrounded by people that support you and that's genuine enough for you. Yeah. Because if you're surrounded by the wrong people, they will drain you out your time, energy, and resources, and you won't have the motivation to complete projects. And, growing up, I know what it's like to have the odds against you and stuff like that. And fast forward now, thank God I can say I beat the odds now because look at me.
Look at you.
And that all started with me surrounded by the people that I knew for a fact had genuine intentions for me. And, it's not by the words, but it's by their actions. They prove to me that they do it. Because I've even had people say they love me and they care for me, but their action shows otherwise. You see what I'm saying?
Man, and so how does that make you feel to see you say this, but your actions aren't lining up? How does that trigger you, or you just keep it pushing I understand and just keep it moving?
It used to. That used to have so much power over me when I think about it. I laugh about it now because I brush it off and keep it pushing. So to answer your question, it don't bother me no more. However, it used to infuriate me. How those familiar phrases that I know so well is just going against what I love to do. And it was so weird. It was hard for me to come to that reality, but once I accepted it and started surrounding myself with the right people, my confidence grew, and suddenly, before you know it, I became a whole new person.
See? It's all about growth. That's the year that we're in. 2025 is about growth, and we're going to grow that culture. And so we thank you for being a part of the culture, and I look forward to seeing your Haitian culture added to the culture and
Absolutely.
growing as well. How can they find you online again?
You can find me in GPTWA on all platforms. GPTWA _ GPTWA. It means GP3 for those who don't know. My initials and the number 3.
All right. Again, make sure you check out GPTWA. And coming up next, we have Grand Rising on Miami Media Billionaire Radio.
Hey.
Okay, good.
Woohoo.
That's a good interview.
Thank you for having me. That was fun. I posted it on my IG.
Yeah, no, I had to put my comments on the.
Oh, word? That was you? Dope.
You were tuned in.
Yeah.
You was the MMA fighter that followed me?
No.
Oh, you was the fight emojis.
Yeah. It was,
He makes beats.